Week 3, video 4. I have all my graphics in my project ready to go. I'm going to add one more graphic, one more layer to this because I want to have a parallax effect between the hills and the stars. So I can right click, add layer on the bottom, and I'm going to call this BG2. And I'm going to drag it so it's sitting above background. Unlock it. Okay, don't forget to keep saving. I'm just going to check that it's a transparent background so we can see things through it. That's good. Graphics needs to be above BG2 and background. Background is transparent, so that's not correct. BG2 is transparent, graphics is not transparent, so we can't see these two layers. Just going to check that's transparent, go to my background, uncheck it, so at least we've got a color. Now we can use the background color and an ability to make our graphics transparent to control how things look, and I'll demonstrate that now. So I'm going to lock all of these layers off. So I just have the background, so I know when I drag a graphic into this background, it's only going to go in here, and I can keep control of the layout of my game. So let's take my stars tile background and just drag them in. This is a tiled image, so I can position it absolutely perfectly just by typing in 0, 0. And then I can drag it out. And I'm going to give it a bit of space just so we get some parallax effect. So of course, I actually don't need to position it here. I can drag it out a bit as well. So as my character moves, there's the tile. So hopefully we won't get that far. Okay. Now what I can do is I can control the color of this by controlling the opacity. So if I make the stars perhaps 70%, and then I can control my background color a little bit to show how they look. So as I add color, things fade out. Actually, that's the color of my graphic. Sorry, I need to make sure that my layer colors are different. There we go. So as I change my layer colors, you can see that I can change. So for example, I could put a bit of blue into this and make the background a bit blue, just to control things a little bit. I'm going to leave it at that. And what I'm going to do here is look at this idea of parallax. Parallax, of course, is the same effect when you're driving in a car. Things in the background, the further away they are, the slower they seem to move in relation to you. The closer things are, the faster they are. Think about lampposts driving by in the car, and then think about things in the distance. I'm going to set this parallax to 70%. That's a number in off the top of my head, so it may need changing later, but I've added a parallax to it. Good. All right, I'm going to lock off the background layer, and then we're going to go to background layer 2, and here I'm going to put the tiled hills in. I can zoom in and out using the command and negative key, if I click on the space, of course, so I can get an overall view. You can see there's the window, the letterbox window of my play area, because I probably want to continue going this way a little bit. So we'll just take a look at this. Okay, so I'm going to get my hills tile background into my background 2 and drop it into the base. I'm going to have it a bit further along so I can make use of that parallax effect and just drag it all the way through. Good. And then clicking on the layer, I can now hold the controller parallax, and I'm going to make a lower number here. I'm going to make this 60%. Hopefully we'll get a change in speed as we go through the game, and I'm going to keep saving it. Good. So I'll lock that off. And I think in here we're going to put the clouds as well. So I've got clouds, and I'm going to drag them into this layer as well. And they'll be a bit pixelated, but that's fine. And I don't want them to be so strong. I'm going to have these moving on their own, but we're going to change the opacity down. I'll start at 50% and see how that looks. Yep, that's good. And save. Okay, I'm just saving a bit rapidly here. My internet speed isn't so good today. I'm just going to lock that layer off, and we're going to have a test look at the game that we've made so far. So now it enlarges a little bit more smoothly according to its aspect ratio, and we have these background clouds, and we have repeating hills and a star field